Welcome to Harnessing AI in Early Education. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Today we're diving into the world of artificial intelligence in early childhood education. This is a significant moment where advanced technology intersects with the developmental needs of young learners. So in this course today, we'll get to the grips with AI, understanding its capabilities, potential impacts, and challenges within early childhood education. Our aim is to equip you as the educators, as the leaders, as the child advocates, with essential knowledge and the practical tools for integrating AI into educational settings. We're here to explore the role of AI. We want to help you think about how you can enrich curriculum, improve children's learning experiences. We'll talk a little bit about AI history. We'll talk a little bit about the AI's applications, about possible ethical considerations, and all in all, always focusing on help you create the best educational practices for children. This course is not just about acquiring information, but we're trying to help you also apply what you're learning into practice. We're going to help you focus on how to adapt and innovate in early education with AI, and to help you prepare you confidently to use AI more and more in the future, and to understand its impact, and to at least start the conversation about making informed and more balanced decisions. Thank you so much for joining, and let's get started. The human brain comprises of neurons that communicate with each other to process information. Similarly, artificial intelligence also operates through an artificial neural network. These networks, somehow inspired by the neural structure of the human brain, enable the AI to learn and to make decisions, a process which is similar to the way humans have thoughts and make decisions. And the intersection of AI and early childhood is so fascinating to me as an early childhood advocate, because we're familiar with the extraordinary ability of a child's brain known as neuroplasticity. In a parallel manner, AI also learns and adapts, not through sensory experiences like a child, but by processing extensive data. It continuously is refining its algorithms based on identified patterns, somewhat similar to how children learn from their surroundings through trial and error. So today, I really want you to envision that AI is not just a technological field or some kind of niche sector, but is a significant enabler in diverse aspects. It's really affecting every aspect of our life. I'm sure you've seen and you believe this now, and including early childhood education. AI's influence is extending beyond future possibilities. It's actively reshaping how we work, how we teach, and how we engage with children, and how we engage and interact with families and communities as well. So, what role does AI play in early childhood education? How does this impact teachers? How does it impact leaders? How does it impact children? So in this session, we'll start to unveil and explore these questions a little bit. And I invite you really to continue engaging and thinking about these conversations with me as we delve into the role of AI and how it's shaping early childhood education. But first, let's take a quick poll. A question that I would like you to think about is, how do you feel about AI in early childhood education? Do you feel excitement? Do you feel curiosity? Is it doubt? Or is it worry? And just take a moment and think about that. Do you feel excited about AI? Do you feel curious about AI? Do you feel doubtful? Do you feel worried? Do you feel scared about it? Are you in denial about it? And just keeping in mind is, regardless of how you feel, we are all here today. You chose to attend this course with me today because you recognize that AI is significantly impacting our lives and those of our children. And our aim isn't here to blindly support or criticize AI. Personally, I'm not taking a stance for or against AI. I see myself more as an explorer. I'm eager to arm myself with as much knowledge and skills as possible. And I hope that my approach, or at least I try to be more balanced, I always try to prioritize what's best for the child. And my background, because it stems from a bachelor's degree in computer programming, and then I got my master's and doctorate in early childhood. And I'm the co-founder of Global Childhood Academy, which is an EdTech AI-powered platform for upskilling childhood stakeholders. So my guiding principle is always the same. If the technology or the solution is directly or indirectly benefiting the child, then I'm interested to learn about it. And, before I move on, I hope that you keep in mind, a lot that the best way for you to approach AI is, you'll see this big circle in front of you. The biggest one on the screen or on the slide is hard work. There's just no replacement for hard work. You then need your perseverance. You need a lot of open-mindedness. You also need a little bit of skepticism, a little bit of criticism, and a little bit of a risk-taking attitude. And you'll see that always the big rectangle on the right side is always stay child-centered, is always think about what's best for the child and then what's best for everybody else. So that's really the best approach for you to keep in mind when you're dealing with this and we're trying to learn all of these new technologies. And we know that something doesn't really have to be completely free of danger in order to be beneficial for a child. So for example, we know that climbing a structure in the playground, it has some risks, right? But we also recognize the importance of controlled risks in developing children's confidence, developing their physical skills, developing their decision-making, their cooperation, and their sense of accomplishment and self-actualization. Don't we want that for all our kids? And so keep that in mind. Development and advancement is not always risk-free. And in the context of AI, a lot of people, immediately think of, the best way to prepare our children for AI is to teach them STEM or to teach them coding. And I actually completely disagree with that personally, because it's so much more. It extends beyond just the realms of coding, STEM, or science. Yes, that is the fundamentals, but it's about rethinking completely our education curriculum. We need to shift our focus towards teaching children about ethics, about deep and critical thinking, understanding power dynamics, understanding and thinking about consciousness, equity. These are the elements that are going to be essential as we progress alongside AI. And embracing AI in education isn't just about technological fluency. It's about preparing our kids for a future where AI is a significant part of their social and moral landscape. So this shift in the curriculum is a vital discussion. I know for another session. And it's a dialogue that we're going to need to continue having. And we should definitely, include these discussions. And you as early childhood advocates need to be part of these discussions. So let's begin by debunking some of the common myths about AI. And I just want to point out here that these are my personal views. I encourage you to explore, to research, form your own opinions. You may not agree with me, and that's totally okay. So I want you to consider the upcoming couple of slides are food for your own thought. If you disagree with something, great. Go read about it, go research it more. And I encourage you to make up your own minds. So first myth is that a lot of people say that AI is used for cheating. My view is that this is a myth, because while there are claims about children using AI for cheating, I really believe that the majority are not. And it's crucial, if anything, for our educators to completely transform the way we assess our children's knowledge and skills. Because rote memorization, tracing letters, working on worksheets is not learning. And in a recent interview, I conducted an interview with some high school students about how they use AI in school. And I really uncovered fascinating insights, especially around the fact that they are using AI for brainstorming, to help them think of different ideas, to help them plan out, to help them with identifying the scope of their things, help them kind of think through like soundboards. The second myth is that I find that people think that AI is going to make your life easier. It's like, oh, I'm never going to have to write an email again, right? AI is going to do this for me. I'm never going to have to do this or that, right? Again, my answer here is really both yes and no. I think that AI can help you accomplish some tasks faster. But the problem is it's raising expectations. Again, this is my view as an employer, right? I have teams that I expect them to use AI to optimize their work. And the same goes for educators. This means that embracing AI or risk being outpaced by those who are. So it's not just about what you know in early childhood education. It's kind of combining the knowledge that you have in early childhood education and then combining that and integrating that with the technology, with the AI tools that is going to make you a powerful, effective educator and a professional. Again, some people think that AI is only going to be available to the wealthy. I disagree with this because the debate on AI's accessibility often overlooks the availability of the technology. So most of the time, as availability of a technology grows, then it becomes more and more affordable. So think about it. Most of you have some kind of smartphone, right? It doesn't matter how expensive or how new the model is, but you still have all the same basic features, no matter how many cameras are in the back of it, right? You still have internet access, some messaging features, reminders, whatever. So similarly, AI will eventually be accessible to most, if not all. So whenever we're discussing AI history, we have to start with Alan Turing. He's often called the father of artificial intelligence. He's known for something called the Turing test, which is a test that evaluates a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior, which is equivalent or better explained as indistinguishable from that of a human. So basically, if you're talking to a machine and if you are not able to distinguish whether that a machine is a robot or a human, then that machine has passed the Turing test. So the concepts generally of artificial intelligence, you can think of it, really emerged in the 1950s. Then in the 1960s, there was Eliza, a chatbot. First mobile intelligent robot were developed. In the 70s and 80s, there was an AI winter, which was kind of decline. It wasn't really in fashion anymore. And then more of the Renaissance started coming back. So in the 1990s, there was a lot of advancements in AI. In the year 2000, IBM created Watson. So you should look at that and see how Watson won all the Jeopardy games. If you're familiar with Jeopardy, you should research more about that and watch some of the shows on YouTube. It's very interesting. So before we go into our next section here, I want to do another polling question, or just for you, a reflection for you to think about. How frequently do you use AI-based technology in your daily routines? Are you using some kind of AI and tech more than 5 times a day? So AI is like a regular part of your day. Is it 2 to 5 times a day? Is it once a day? Or you seldom or never use AI, or you're not yet aware of it? And then in the next couple of slides, we're going to look at how your tasks as educators, as teachers, specifically early childhood teachers, might change with the more integration of AI tools into our lives. So each slide is going to show you a specific routine task that most teachers, most educators are involved in. And then it's going to show you a key. So if there are 5 stars next to it, then what I estimate is this task is going to be completely transformed over the next couple of years with the increase of integration of AI tools. If it's only 1 star, then there's going to be minimal influence of AI in this particular type of job or type of role. So let's look at a couple of examples together. All teachers prepare and plan, right? Most teachers are reviewing lesson plans, you're preparing materials, you're setting up learning centers, right? So over the next 5 years,